We gotta talk, you guys. There's just more crazy being sprinkled onto this Kiely Rodni case than there absolutely positively should be. There's a bunch more stuff that I have learned since my last little video about Miss Megan. Holy crap. Okay, let's talk. So let's talk about this camera footage, okay, of what seems to be Kiely's vehicle going into the water at about the same time that her phone apparently last pinged. I originally shared a community post from another channel agreeing with what they were saying about it being bullshittery, basically. But that's because at the time, I hadn't been able to look at any of the links that a sub had sent me on Facebook, and I hadn't been able to stop what I was doing because I was working to do more research. And all I was seeing was a clip that would stop and restart right before the lights would actually start to dissipate. So it looked like crap to me, like somebody had just put something together and it was boo-boo. And even though I can't sit here and like physically read and do my own research while I'm working, I sit here and listen to crap all day, okay? So Grizzly, I love her, she went live and she showed the full video from the website, the official Alertca website. And she dropped the link and I went to the link and I did my own research on it. And I pressed O on the keyboard to access the control panel and put in the times I wanted to look at and all the things. On top of that, while Grizzly was live, someone had mentioned that there was another channel. He has like great mapping technology that he uses. And he was able to go in and overlay the footage with kind of like a daylight filter of the same area so that we could see it more clearly. So I will have a link where he zooms in on the location where you can watch the headlights move. It's going to be at the timestamp 3 minutes, and that's where I want you guys to really start paying attention, because it shows Kiely's vehicle, or at least a vehicle with their headlights on, okay, at the exact same time that her phone would have turned off at 12:33-ish, going towards the water line, exactly where her vehicle was found. Now, on the road that she is driving down, there are vehicles on the road behind her. You can see the headlights. And then at around 3.5 minutes is whenever you can see the headlights actually in the water. Like, you can see they are physically in the water past the brown dirt area. By 3 minutes and 40 seconds, those lights are gone. It literally took less than a minute for that car to have gone into the water and the headlights to have been underneath and no longer noticeable. And what did AWP tell us about the way her vehicle was found with the windows down? That it would have flooded with water and would have been a hell of a lot faster at sinking than if all of the windows would have been up. So this matches what we've already been told by experts. And looking all the way to the left of the screen, like I said, down the same road that this vehicle just came down, you can see multiple vehicles' headlights start coming out of the party area. This is most likely the mass exodus, okay? Most of these vehicles go the same way. Literally a minute or so after the headlights disappear into the water. So she goes in the water, and then all of these people leave, and we are physically able to see the proof of that. Now, I can't count how many vehicles this is because it's all blurred lights. But there are several that come out of this area. I don't see any of them going that way. Like the way that I'm watching his video right now, y'all can figure out the angle of my phone looking at me. I'm looking at my screen. No vehicles turn this way. They all go the same direction that Kiely's vehicle did, and then they take the curved road and they go up. Now, it does look like another vehicle at the very end stops on the shoreline and hangs out there for a minute. And at 4 minutes and 53 seconds, I'm still seeing that same vehicle still sitting there. And it sits there for quite a while. So is this person seeing this vehicle sinking, finishing its sinking? Because then it looks as if the headlights get even closer to the water and stay there for a minute before then going back up the road to the party area. Huh, this is interesting, because then that car actually leaves in the direction that no one else did. They go towards the water area and then turn around and go back. And it looks like another one does it too at 5:38. Another vehicle does the exact same thing. So not only, like I said, at the same timestamp that we know her phone turned off at 12:33, this vehicle goes into the water. Now, I had commented on a few channels showing this, that it looks as if the car stops, okay? Now, a lot of people are like, oh, that means somebody got out of the car and then pushed it in. Okay, maybe. Or the vehicle actually hitting the water slowed it down the way that that impact would have. And the reason why it looks slowed down and stopped is because that's whenever it's sinking down. But there's a lot of stuff about what Megan has come out and said that just makes this even like stranger to me. Especially since she's claiming that Kiely had done coke. And according to all the comments I got in the video, it would have done what Megan is claiming. It would have made Kiely feel a little sober compared to just being inebriated or drunk. Okay? So if that's the case, and doing this at the time frame that Megan is stating she knows that Kiely did this, am I watching someone semi-sober go into the water with their windows down and not get out the vehicle? Since Megan is also stating to personally know the boy who's claiming to have fallen asleep in his own vehicle next to Kiely's vehicle that night. Okay, well, that's impossible according to this. So now a lot of people were really sketchy about this footage because SF Investigates posted about it on Twitter. Now I don't like him either, guys. I don't. Y'all know that. But the video itself is coming from a very official website. One that has been around since before any of this was ever a thing. And those cameras have been out there who knows how long. Probably before Kiely was even born. But I am 99.5% sure of what we are seeing here. And I'm also going to lean on it being real because there's been some updates to the website, guys. Last night, whenever Grizzly was doing her update, it was about 6 p.m. my time. She was on the website itself, and a message popped up stating that there was going to be maintenance on the website. And I commented in the live chat, oh shit, they're trying to get rid of the video. Well, I feel like I'm right, at least in a way. Okay, so when I was on the portal, when Gray Hughes was on it, when Grizzly was on it, at the top, right here, there's a little button that you could click and it would pull up the camera. And then you would press O on the keyboard and this panel would pop up and you could put in a timestamp and then press play. You can go back and forth, pause, all the things. This button is no longer there. Earlier today when I first started recording, I was going to go in and actually like pull footage straight from the video because I didn't get the chance to do it last night whenever I saw this maintenance message and knew better. But it's already everywhere, so it doesn't matter. The website's been changed. Why? Why now that we know this footage has existed this entire time is someone on a government-ran website now removing our ability to watch it? Why? Why is the button gone? Why? This does not prove accident or foul play, in my opinion, because you can't see who's driving, what happens, none of that, all right? But this is a freaking vehicle going into the water. If you don't see that, fix these, because that's what's happening here. This just proves to me that law enforcement failed. We have already known this, guys. We've known this from day one, whenever this became such a hot case in the YouTube community, that law enforcement failed Kiely. This proves they knew the entire time, or had access to know the entire time, that her vehicle went into the water at the exact time and at the exact location. And something tells me they knew this. SF knew about the footage, so you mean to tell me law enforcement didn't? They also had SF's footage. And they also didn't want Adventures with Purpose to go to Proster first. So this, to me, is just more proof of a cover-up. Sorry, not sorry. Okay? Law enforcement knew. If this does not prove to anyone that law enforcement knew the exact second and time that she went into that water and chose to blatantly and in our faces turn us in other directions, Mr. Nick, the roadside guy, okay? This is just more proof of that theory to me. Jesus. And I did post a short last night about how there's been a older gentleman who goes by the name RT here on YouTube. And he claims to be a Truckee local, okay? I hadn't had any issues with RT until I found the existence of this footage, because he was on, I believe, like I stated, it was Crime Obsessions UK. Miss Megan was up there on a live panel, and RT hops on because RT has been able to coax his way into several different channels, panels, and lives, and just talks. And people just take what he's saying as legit, I guess. Maybe because he sounds like an older gentleman, but that's just people being stupid, in my opinion. He jumps on Crime Obsessions UK's live with Megan and literally states, just hours before this footage starts circulating all over the place, that there's no way those cameras could have picked up anything. That there's no way those cameras have anything on it. And then, in the same little few minutes that he's on this panel going off about these cameras not picking up nothing, he then tells Miss Megan that he wants to meet her in person at some church that's close to where she lives. Now, I have my own feelings about Miss Megan, but that sounds a little strange. And I'm just gonna hope for her safety at this point, because I don't know, guys, something just rubs me wrong with that. Like, I don't know, am I overthinking that maybe a little? And another reason it felt kind of threatenish to me is because allegedly with Brittany got on the panel, same panel, just a few minutes after RT got off of it, and starts talking about how this case is getting dangerous and how she's getting threats. So that's interesting too. This case is a ginormous mess. Okay, I gotta go homeschool some kids. See y'all.